Bismillah, alhamdulillah, salatu wassalam ala Rasulillah, sallallahu alayhi wasallam. Jazakallah khairan, everybody, for joining us for what is our final pre-sales date webinar. We will have another live session tomorrow, but this is our final run through today. So tomorrow, inshallah, we will have the actual sales date. And this is the last iteration, last way, last means for us to brush up on things, our packages and Nusuk, the e-wallets, configurations, and look at everything, plus some very important updates we've been having literally about 23, 24 hours ago. We were speaking to Rawaf and having some updates going on, some interesting updates happening, which we are going to share with you to help you tomorrow, inshallah. We have Sheikh Yunus with us, who's going to help us through as well, and we will run through. So without further delay from me, I will start the slides. So sales strategy, as we're calling it, and why us before we get into the slides. So why us? Just a reminder to everybody, it's the experience. Like everybody says, like Yunus was mentioning us, was it yesterday, day before yesterday, we had our last webinar, was saying that you can do Hajj, you can just follow the crowd by doing Hajj, but having guides with you, not just a spiritual guide as in the mashayikh, but having the logistical guide with you to help you how to get to one place, where to take the coach, where to get the train, where to get to places, what time to leave your hotel, and so on and so forth. It's having that experience is essential when you're doing Hajj, if you're getting the most out of your Hajj. And also then we have our mashayikh, the trusted mashayikh, which this year we'll have Sheikh Farid, who's been doing Hajj for many, many years. I think there's only a handful of years that he hasn't done it back to back, but there's most years from when he was a student, and he was telling us, even as a student, he was camping out with his own little tent and fellow students in during the days of Hajj. And then there's a Beyond Hajj program, which we will talk about in a second. But it's the support. It's the support, the guidance, pre-Hajj, pre-Nusuk, once you've booked your Nusuk, pre-Hajj, during Hajj, and post-Hajj. And we'll talk about that in a second as well. Our team, we've got Sheikh Farid, we've got Yunus. Them two alone, I think we're probably half a century. Main amount of Hajj that they've done together. If we combine them, then there's Brother Zubair, who's been running a lot of the webinars, the chats, the phone calls, as myself, as Aman himself, who lived in Mecca for many years and helped the Hujjaj for many years in Mecca itself. So booking Hajj, preparation for sales day, this is the essence. This is where we're now getting into the actual webinar itself. And we're seeing some comments. Yes, do put your comments through. If you've got comments, you can put your comments in the chat. But if you want a question answered, use the Q&A box. In the Q&A box, we will answer them live. We will potentially, maybe if you've got a question, we might wait for 2 or 3 more, but it's the same theme and we can answer all of them in one hit. But do put your questions in the Q&A box. And I am seeing comments in the chat, which I am keeping an eye on as well. So booking Hajj 2026 sale day. This phase 1, as we know, we've been given the update that it's happening tomorrow, Sunday, at 12 p.m. So UK time, midday UK time. It was 10 a.m. and now it's moved to 12. And we would say if there are any changes, keep an eye on our WhatsApp announcement group. You can ignore all the noise that you hear from comments from other people, but our announcement group is where we confirm any changes. It's something that's been confirmed by Rawaf. It cuts straight through to a confirmed update. And there's a potential it can change should Nusuk want to change it, and we will update you. But at the moment, it's been confirmed for 12 for midday tomorrow, inshallah. And then there's a potential, we've been updated that there is phase 2, which is happening 5 days after. It's already scheduled to happen 5 days after. They might change, they might bring it earlier, they might bring it later, but they've been scheduled, they've planned for a phase 2. Should you not be able to secure a package on phase 1, you'll get a phase 2. And they're now talking about phase 3 as well, saying that there will be a phase 3. So tomorrow, yes, inshallah, bismillah, you put your tawakkul on Allah, you try and book it. If you don't get it, don't pull your money out. Whatever you do, do not take your money out of the e-wallet, because there are 2 more phases that have been scheduled in to happen, phase 2 and phase 3. Alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah, alhamdulillah. And we will update you as we go along through that. So phase 1, less than 24 hours, or actually less than, how many hours have we got left? Not many, 16 hours roughly. We've got till phase 1, inshallah. What to expect? keep calm and make dua. Make dua. Hopefully, you have done your dua between Asr and Maghrib on Friday yesterday. Been doing Tahajjud tomorrow morning as well. One opportunity. Fajr is very late now, alhamdulillah. Maybe wake up half an hour before, 45 minutes before, do your Tahajjud, do your Qiyam, ask Allah dua, make sincerity. Just like Sheikh Farid tells us, you do everything. You say, oh Allah, I'm answering your call, make it easy for me. I am answering your call to come and see you, to come to Hajj, make it easy for me. And should you have registered with Nusuk and be verified and know what packages you will go for. You should know already your preferred package, your number one package. That's the one that you're aiming for. You've already configured it, and you got your backup package as well. And your first choice, your number one, you've already put it in the basket, and then you've got your preferred package, it's your backup package that you put saved and already configured, inshallah. And your e-wallet your e-wallet should already be topped up by this stage, or if you haven't, it's the last minute that to get your e-wallet topped up. But if you've got two choices, if your first choice is the lesser in amount than your backup, back top up your e-wallet to the most expensive one with a bit of margin on top. The idea is that you want to be able to have enough in your e-wallet. Should your first one you not be able to get it, you're going for the backup one, which is slightly more expensive, that you already have the money in your account, in your e-wallet, with some breathing space. Should there be any variations in prices, that you're just ready to check that out, inshallah. Um, we have everything configured. You should have everything configured and for your preferred packages, and know what your choice order is. So you know your number one, you know what number two is. Hopefully, it wouldn't be number three, but you know what number one and your number two is. Practice configuration. Now, I think there has been some feedback that we're getting. We're getting some messages that OTP seems to be coming slow. This is the start of it. So I don't know whether Yunus, there are any sales that are happening for other countries today, or
No, no.
oh,
Should we just quickly show what we mean by the links and
sure,
yeah?
sure.
Do you want to give me
Let me,
control of the slides?
yeah, I can give you control of the slides. Bear with me 1 second.
And
Oh,
sharing as well. Share my screen.
there you go. We should be able to control the slides.
Nope.
There you go.
That's better.
Right.
Okay. Okay, so just a couple of points here. So one of the things that we're recommending for everyone to do is for tomorrow, so just to be ready, to get our configurations ready and just to make sure that we're maximizing our chances. One of the things that we're going to speak about some new information that just literally came on just about half an hour before we came into this webinar about Nusuk setting up a waiting room service, or where tomorrow, once the maximum capacity is reached in the number of people that can log in into the website, they will have when you try to log in, they'll put you into a waiting room, and then as you've joined the waiting room, you'll be entered into the Nusuk system. They did actually do that as part of phase 3 last year, where they activated this waiting room. And even then, people, it worked some part, it didn't work some part. So what we're saying to people is just, be ready. If that will happen. So they've just announced officially that that is going to be happening tomorrow, inshallah. And let's see how it goes. We don't actually. If it works, then it's fantastic, because as soon as you've joined that waiting room, and you've probably seen it in Black Friday sales and other other times where there's a big rush going to a website, that they just set up a waiting room, and you're in a queue, and once your turn comes, you'll automatically be entered into the website. So what will probably have to happen is you will put your this is what happened last year. You put your username, your password in, your OTP will come through. Once your OTP comes through, you click on the you enter it into the system, and then you get put into the waiting room. The alternative way it could happen is, as soon as you go to the website, and this normally happens on the Black Friday and other times where a website's going to have a big rush more than what they can handle, is as soon as you go to the website, you're put into the waiting room. And then once your turn comes, you'll have the opportunity to put in your username, password, and then your OTP will come, and you'll be able to log in to the website, inshallah. So both options, might happen. So just be prepared for both, so that we can make sure that we're able to handle whichever option comes up on the day, basically. So just start thinking about, okay, expecting this, but also expect other potential changes that we will notify you about, but on the WhatsApp group, as Shafiq mentioned. And also we'll log in about an hour before 12 o'clock, so about 11 a.m. tomorrow morning. And if there's any updates, we'll let you know, to that, okay, look, this is the latest updates we had, or this is any changes that will take place, basically, beforehand, inshallah ta'ala. I'm just going to quickly share my screen and just show everyone an example of what we mean by saving the. Let me just screen saving the links. So
Yeah.
one of the things that, so once you've logged into Nusuk, hopefully this is what you'll see. So a couple of things that you can see my screen, okay, Shafiq? Yeah?
Yep.
Yeah,
See
good.
it.
So one of the things that will happen is, first of all, here where it says configure camp, this is your configured package into, that you've configured already. You've seen the green dot on this top thing. This means that you've got a package in your basket configured, and this is that particular package. So the Rawaf 162 is the package that I've pre-configured, for purchase basis. That should be my first choice. That's the one that I'm going to go for the first, basically. Now, tomorrow, this configure camp will change, or should change, into purchase, basically. So you'll click on this, or if that doesn't happen, because it changes year to year, so it might not happen, you'll come up here and you'll be able to click on here, and then this will change to purchase, basically. So either way, you'll click on purchase, and then you'll go through what's called a purchase cycle. And we'll show some screenshots of last year's purchase cycle. Now, although we're showing you screenshots, one thing is that remember that things change every year. The system's been updated, they've upgraded things. Even when the system gets busy, sometimes buttons start disappearing. Some people were noticing last year that they would get to purchase and they can't actually see the purchase button. And then when they zoomed out on their screen, suddenly then they were able to find it, in the corner somewhere or something like this, basically. So just keep that in mind, and just keep that, be ready for that. What we're recommending for people to do is, first and foremost, the packages that you configure. So I'm just going to unconfigure this package. So remove from the cart, and then that's been done. And I'll select the Rawaf 162. So if I just quickly reconfigure this package, so everyone can.
While it's loading up, we are seeing your questions come through. Do keep on sending them. We can see the questions come through and your messages. So I am keeping an eye on that, inshallah.
Excellent. Yeah. So here you'll see, the details of the package, and we've been through this a number of times, so I'll just quickly run through it. You'll see the hotels, you'll see what's included, what's not included in the package, and you'll see the cancellation policy. So you'll just go to configure package to continue. You'll pick your camp. So in this case, I'm picking an Oasis camp. And then you'll press next to the next stage. Here, this is something which is new. So they've just put this up. All bookings include a bed in a shared room. I haven't seen this before. I saw it earlier today, but I haven't seen it previous to this. Service providers will distribute pilgrims at a later stage. So you can just click on that, select your bed. So I'm picking a one bed in a quad room. So I'll be sharing with 3 other brothers, inshallah, and one bed in a quad room in Medina also. So you'll have to pick, the number of beds that you want in each particular hotel that's available. So we've got 2 hotels available in this because it's a non-shifting package. Click next.
I think we're having real life experience.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, because I think a lot of people are practicing with Nusuk, and there's a lot of activity naturally because people are now getting to that last 15, 16 hours. So things are slowing down. I know someone mentioned in one of the questions that the OTP is taking a bit more time. This is all normal, expected. Don't over worry about it, inshallah.
Whilst we're waiting for it to load, we've just seen a question come in.
Yep.
What happens if you log in before 12? Most likely, you will be kicked out and have to log in at 12. It's a bit like, the classic Harrods sale. You can't enter the doors before 12 o'clock when they decide to open the doors. So once the doors open, then you can go in and then be able to purchase your package, inshallah. Yeah.
So I've been kicked out of Nusuk. I've just re-entered my details. I'll just wait for my OTP to come. And OTP has not.
When would you be able to join the queue? Like early morning, or does it have to be at 12? It will be.
No, so it'll be at 12. We're expecting it to be at 12. So as you'd normally do, you will go into you'll go to register, like not to register, you'll go to log in, at 12 o'clock, and then you'll automatically be put into the queue system. What we'd say is always just try, at least I'll speak about that in a bit more detail now. Let me just actually share this and we can carry on with the presentation. And then when the OTP comes, we will log in thereafter, inshallah. Unless they're doing updates, because they do normally do. Last year, the same thing happened where they did an update on the Nusuk system, just like the night before purchase time. So, but I'll keep an eye on that now, inshallah, as well. So on sales day, make dua, log in. So what we're saying to people is make dua, log in 2 hours before start, check everything's in order. So like I said, they're potentially doing an update now. Sometimes these updates cause packages to leave, your configured packages to be deleted or to, leave the basket. So you just want to go back in tomorrow morning and just do a final check, maybe going after Fajr, do a final check. And maybe a couple hours before, just log in one more time just to make sure that everything's still in place. And then try and log in from about 20 or 30 minutes before sales start time, basically. And like you saw now, look, I logged in just before the webinar started, and as I'm going through the process, suddenly it's logged me out. So something's expired, or they're doing something to the site where that's so it's similar thing is likely to happen tomorrow morning, around 12 o'clock-ish time, because first of all, you've got all the traffic trying to get into onto the site, and also you've got this issue of where Nusuk might be, basically, if you think about it, at the moment they've switched off purchase, and at 12 o'clock tomorrow they're going to switch it on again. So that means an update is going to take place at that time, basically. So any update that they do just takes everyone out, and then you come back into the system. So you want to be ready, but you want to do the pre-checks and expect the unexpected. Like we're seeing now, look, we're halfway through a webinar, and suddenly I can't log into Nusuk. So expect the unexpected, and inshallah, again, we'll just work with you to get you through what comes next, basically. Have all your package links ready on tabs in a browser. So I'll speak about that once we're able to log into Nusuk, in a bit more detail, inshallah. Some technical advice. So make sure your device is charged on power supply. Use a laptop or a desktop computer. So we had a meeting with Rawaf, and they've been told that that's the preferred way that and last year but people were using phones, but at least this way you can see the whole screen, you can see where everything is and so on. And like I mentioned, sometimes buttons disappear. So if you're on a desktop, you've got more chance, or on a laptop, you've got more chance of seeing everything in the right place, and it's not messing up for you. Have strong internet connection. Try not to use, for example, an internet cafe, or I don't know if we even use internet cafes anymore, but place where multiple people are logged in at the same time and so on. So if you've got a strong internet connection, obviously you don't want, because your internet's gone weak, suddenly you log in and your connection goes weak or something like this. Be ready to try with Wi-Fi and mobile connection. So sometimes last year Wi-Fi was working stronger, sometimes mobile connection. I would say if your Wi-Fi is stronger at home, go with your Wi-Fi, and then if we advise you switch to mobile connection, seems to be working well, then you can switch over to a mobile connection. Clear your cache on your computer. Sometimes these your cache or your browser cookies and so on cause issues. So just tomorrow morning sometime, just clear your cache. It's not a huge thing. Sometimes it works in your advantage, but it's one of the advices that were given by Rawaf and by so we're forwarding it on. Use Google Chrome or Edge as your browser, basically. Yeah, so that's again the two preferred, the ones that everyone last year was saying worked well. I personally use Safari, but for this thing, they're advising that we use Google Chrome or Edge browser, basically. So have them ready, save your passwords, your Nusuk passwords already on both browsers. Just be ready, so that you're able to just go in, click on it, and automatically your username password comes in. So you're not having to look for your password and make sure that it's there and have to reset it if you're typing it wrong or you can't remember it. So all that stuff should have been done before, or by tonight you should be doing that, so that tomorrow you're ready to go, inshallah. Close other tabs. So some people, like myself, for example, we have 30 tabs open at the same time, and we're switching between them, and we tend to do that. Try to close all the other tabs, so have your laptop or your computer ready to focus on this one thing for this period, basically. So on your browser you can have multiple tabs. We're going to ask you to have multiple tabs, but pointing to Nusuk, not anything else, basically. And anything else you want to do, have another computer or have another browser open. Even if you're joining us on Zoom tomorrow, which we're asking you to do, maybe do it on another device, on your phone, or on another device, just to maximize that your computer is focused on the one thing. My Nusuk password has just come through, so I will log in just so that way it doesn't expire. No. So as you saw today, like over the last week or so, it was coming within 10 or 20 seconds. Now it's taken at least 5 or 6 minutes, or a few minutes to come, let's say. And tomorrow it's just getting you ready to that tomorrow it will be even it'll be even longer, and you'll have to have even more patience. And a person like me, like I feel like clicking something and just to what do I do next? Like I've entered it in to the browser, nothing's happening. Expect all of this tomorrow. Just got to be patient, just got to work with it, see how it goes, and see what comes of it, inshallah. And the last one is, don't use multiple devices. So don't try to log in from multiple devices, especially not from one IP address, because if they think that you're trying to do something dodgy, or if they're being attacked, they will block you for a little while, basically. They will block you for a little while. Don't ask for multiple OTPs, keeps asking for them. They will block you, basically, and then they'll put you at the back of a queue, or they'll block you for 10 or 20 minutes, and then you'll be allowed to try again, and you don't know if you've been blocked. They don't tell you, by the way, you've been blocked. So suddenly you're in a loop of a doom loop, basically, where you're blocked and you're not able to do one thing or the other. So be patient, just wait, and have your one device, be ready with it, and be ready to purchase with it, inshallah. So like we mentioned, be logged in beforehand at 12 o'clock. You most likely last 2 3 years you've been logged out just before, so that everyone gets first come first serve service. Log in, one tab, waiting room system. So like we mentioned, you'll go into the waiting room system either before logging in or after logging in. Once you're in the waiting room system, just wait. And one thing that they've told us is, for example, it might say to you, wait for 10 minutes. And remember, the purchase, process is not a 10-second process. So, like, someone goes in, they click on it, and then if they have to reconfigure, they'll reconfigure, and then they'll purchase. So, because that process takes a bit of time, so that time might go up from 10 minutes. It might go to 15 minutes. It might go to 20 minutes. So, do be patient. We will be keeping our eyes open and our ears open to get updates. If any information comes through, we will let you know. If we were saying to you, no, actually, look, forget the waiting room system, try again, because people have just tried now and they're able to log in, listen to that information. But before that, be patient, and just wait and see what happens. Go with the system, basically. Use configured package link on a different tab once you logged in. Again, I'll speak about that in some detail once we've managed to log in. if sold out, use other links for your backup packages. So one thing we're asking everyone to do is the package that you've configured and the package that you have, your backup packages, get the direct link to them packages. We'll send the links to all 4 packages, but your configured package, you'll have to get that link yourself. Get the links for all the packages ready, and keep them separately. Once you log into Nusuk, what will happen? So imagine now I'll go to my dashboard here. I will come here and I will just paste the link into the system basically. So for example, here now my checkout link is this one. I will come here and I'll just click here, and that will take me to my thing. Obviously, I'm not logged in at the moment because it's logged me out again. But what will happen? That will automatically take me to my checkout page. And if that doesn't work, I've already got my other packages in 3 different links. So let me go through the steps again, just so that to give you some clarity. The first thing you have to do is log into Nusuk. If you don't log into Nusuk, you'll get this screen basically, right? So once you've logged into Nusuk, the first thing that you do is you don't use that particular screen. You'll go to your next tab and you'll just put in the link for your package that you've configured. And you'll also put in the link for your backup packages. So package 2 and then package 3 here. Right. What that does is if package 1 is sold out, for example, this will take you to package 1 automatically. It's the quickest way to get there. If that's sold out, you'll then go to here and you will go to package 2, configure it and go through the process. Obviously, you have to remember to delete package 1 from your basket. Otherwise, you're going to go back to the start of the process again. And if that obviously doesn't work and you've configured it and you're not able to purchase it because it's sold out, you'll delete that package from the basket and then go to your third because you've logged in on one browser. You won't have to log in each tab again and again. You won't have to log in again and again in each tab because you're already logged in. Now, what could happen is what's happened to me now is you're just being logged out again and again, basically, because the system's crashing, as you can see now. And that's a potential, that's something that happens and could happen tomorrow as well. So just be ready for that. But again, we will, you'll have to just see how the system's doing. If it's logging you in, open up multiple, tabs and, go through the tabs basically to get to where you need to get to, inshallah. So, and so also something that worked last year, which was quite good, is sometimes if you're logged out here, for example, rather than, so here as you can see, I'm already logged in here. But if I click on dashboard, it's going to log me out. This is actually quite a good example of showing you how the system operates on. And this is 16 hours before. So as you can imagine, when every single person who's registered on Nusuk is trying to do this, the problem multiplies greatly. So sometimes what people found last year is the system would log them out, but when they click back, if they went back here, it was allowing them to actually stay in. So you were actually logged in, but just because the system's timing out, etc., it kept on, showing as if you're logged out. But when you click back, it actually allowed you to log in, and some people were able to do purchasing through that method. So just something to try before you go back and start putting your details back in. Just try. Obviously, if like what I'm doing now, if it keeps doing this, then you'll have to redo the whole process again, basically. If you go into this kind of loop that I'm in now, where you're not able to log in and it's just going around constantly, the best thing to do is close all your tabs and start again, basically. Start again, because again, when the system's busy, things go all over the show. It goes haywire. Suddenly it goes into loops and you don't know what's going on. So you might have to start again and just try again. In terms of purchasing, so once you've done the checkout button, so like as you can see, like you won't be able to see the checkout button now. Once you click on this, you'll be able to see checkout. Rather than seeing configure, you click on checkout, Once you've gone through that process, you've made the payment. Obviously, you use your e-wallet to make the payment, so you don't put any card details in tomorrow. You just press, and then once you've checked out, you will click on purchase package. That's the final step that you'll get to. Once you've done that, you'll see this kind of this was last year's round circle, I call it. And sometimes it freezes here, and as it says there, this may take up to 5 minutes. So be patient. Don't start refreshing and doing other things. Just wait. Sometimes it took 10 minutes to do, but eventually it should come to the screen. Your booking has been confirmed on the Nusuk Hajj platform, basically. So eventually we're trying to get to this screen so that we can, that the purchase is completed and we've got our, purchase done for the purchase completed, inshallah. So that's go
A
on.
question from, I'm not sure whether you're going to do it in the next slide, but let's say we click checkout on
Yeah.
the first screenshot that you have,
Yeah.
but then the package is sold out. What would it tell us then?
No, it won't. So if you've got to check out, basically, that means that, they've confirmed that you've got a package available, basically. Yeah. Right. One thing that does happen is you'll see, so for example, at some stages when you go to checkout, before checkout, you might see camp quota reached. So like an error message comes up, camp quota, it could be camp quota reached, which means that, you've picked, for example, Major Kabsh and that's sold out. Mu'isims are very unlikely to sell out, tomorrow. It's not going to sell out tomorrow. Yeah, let me just put it that way. It's not going to sell out tomorrow. But if you pick Major Cups, you might see camp quota reached, country quota reached. In which case, that means that you've got to check out and you're clicking it, and it says country quota reached. Guess what? The number of visas that are allocated for the UK are now finished. So you're not able to purchase any packages from the UK in this phase. So there will be another phase and there'll be another phase, but in this phase, it's sold out for this country, basically. You might get, bed configuration sold out, for example. Yeah, so there's a number of error messages that come, but they're quite self-explanatory. You'll see it. If you see something like, so for example, if you see camp, quota sold out, you have to go back, reconfigure, change your camp details from Major Cups to Muisim, and then just go back into the checkout process again, basically, inshallah.
So it would either be camp quota,
Yeah.
or it would be
Country quota.
country quota, which means that the sales pretty much finished for that day because
Yeah.
the UK has now hit its limit as a country.
Yep.
Bed configuration is sold out. So basically, doubles don't have doubles. There's only quads available in essence.
Exactly.
But then, would it be an element where the package might be sold out, like the 162, for example, might be?
Yes. Yeah, that's right. Yeah. So again, but that normally the package one you'll know beforehand. Like it will say to you before you get to go through this checkout process where you're going to purchase. It will say, "Oh, this package is now sold out." Basically. Yeah.
Then you flip to your second.
Yeah, it's met is maximum capacity. Yep. So then once you've done that, you'll get a confirmation. You'll get a confirmation email coming through. Sometimes it takes time. Sometimes it might take a few hours to come through. So just don't worry too much about it. It'll come. Also, when you log back in, you'll be able to see paid here, and you'll be able to see my packages and your package. You'll be able to see package that you purchased. Also, your e-wallet value will go down. So you might have 10,000 riyals in it. It'll go down to whatever that extra bit that you've left in it, and then khalas, I've managed to purchase has definitely been done, inshallah. Yeah, so these are how you'll tell if purchase has been done. So just a summary: loading screen appears after clicking purchase. You may be logged out, so simply just log back in. If you're logged out, a confirmation email will arrive later on. Packages show up as paid under my packages, and the e-wallet deduction means that you have had a successful booking. Alhamdulillah. Yeah. So just some tips on how to increase. We've spoken about these all before. So obviously make lots of dua. And remember, brothers and sisters, very, very important that at the end of the day, Hajj is a worship for Allah. And not just Hajj, but anything you do in life, it's not in our control. At the end of the day, we take the steps that Allah tells us to take. We take the means, and then we put our trust in Allah. It's only if Allah wills for something to happen that it's going to happen. So please, please, I think a lot of times we put 80% of or 90% of our effort into doing the means and 10% in Allah Azza wa Jal, and asking Allah and taking dua. Flip it around. take 90%, effort into take the steps that we need to take, but put a lot of effort into the dua, put a lot of effort into the tawakkul, put a lot of effort, ask Allah, beg Allah, make sure that you're purifying your intention. Yeah, it's such an important thing that, oh Allah, I'm coming for you. I want you to forgive me. I want to answer this call. I want to, that Ibrahim alayhi salam made years ago. I want to, fulfill this command that you've asked me to command, that you've asked me to fulfill. Oh Allah, willing to sacrifice my money, my time, leave my children behind if there's children involved, my work behind, so on, to come to your house to seek your forgiveness, to change my life, to ask because at the end of the day, Allah Azza wa Jal created the heavens and the earth and everything that's within it, and it's all under His control. It's all under His control. So we need to just try, do what we need to do in terms of trying, but please put a lot of effort, like Shafiq mentioned, do the du'as, do the tahajjud, do give sadaqah. We're going to speak about some of these things as well, but take all the steps that you need to take. Take choose packages for companies that have more quota. So remember this year in the system overall. So for example, if Nusuk have allocated 65,000 packages that are going to get sold across Nusuk in total from all the countries across the world. They've given quotas to each of the companies. So there's 11 companies. Each company's been given quota of packages basically. So companies that have more of a quota, you've got more of a chance of buying from them. Rawaf is the largest quota basically for this year. So something to keep in mind, something to, and that was because they were awarded the biggest largest quota because they were number one service provider, rated as number one service provider by the Hajj last year and by the Ministry of Hajj last year, for 2025 Hajj. So that's why, pick a Rawaf, a package that's from Rawaf, so that would increase your chances of being able to purchase. Be willing to sacrifice on some of the good to haves. So remember what we mentioned about Mu'asim has, I think 80% capacity. What Major Cups has 20%. The quad rooms much more capacity than the twin rooms, and group flights. Sometimes they're more expensive. Sometimes they, might be a bit more inconvenient. You might be living in Birmingham or Manchester, and the flights from London. At the end of the day, it's Hajj. And Hajj, the reward for it is Jannah. So, we have to do that sacrifice. And that sacrifice is coming from our sacrificing our money, it's sacrificing time. And some of the good to have to be sacrificed basically so that we can complete Hajj and do it in the, for Allah Azza wa Jal. So, just think about it. And some of these things can be fixed. So, like we mentioned, quad room, if you really want a double room, like we said, purchase the quad and speak to us, and we'll speak to Rawaf, and they'll try and facilitate it, with payment post booking, basically. So do consider that group flights, like we mentioned. If you go to configure a flight, that's an extra 5 minutes or so, if not longer. By that time, your country quota could be sold, your package quota could be sold, your what's it called, your camp quota. So many factors could happen. You might get logged out during that process. So many factors again there. So look for where you're maximizing your chances. We've spoken about these things before. You should have thought about it, but just last reminder about some of these issues.
And
What if I don't? Oh, sorry.
if I could add so on that point is
Yeah,
that there's only one particular time of the year that you need
yeah,
to be in one place for a handful of days.
yeah,
And just those handful of days
yeah.
you just need to be in the one place. The rest of it, whether you go Medina first, whether you go Mecca first, whether it's more convenience in your preference, but there's only one place you need to be. So you look at the other ones, it's more of your preferences, but the essence is you being in the days of Hajj in that. So what can you do without in order to maximize the chance, as Yunus is saying? Sheikh Farid was saying the same thing as well, was like, it's only that time, and that's where the essence of it is. So then you look at, the quad rooms we can look at to upgrade them later on. But inshallah, may Allah grant you many more trips in the future. If you want to do it at more your convenience to go and see the Kaaba, there's Umrah nowadays, which is a lot easier. So you balance out in terms of your opportunities, what you can and can't do, inshallah, and may Allah help you on this.
I mean, exactly. Yeah. And this, so what if I don't manage to purchase tomorrow? There are some people who are still waiting to be verified, and we've Rawaf has told us that they've spoke. Obviously, we've sent a lot of people's details to Rawaf, and they've forwarded it on to Nusuk, and they've told us that it seems like Nusuk have stopped verifying new people now. Just to get phase one done, and then they will restart verifying people from tomorrow night, so that they can be a part of phase two and phase three, which will come later on. So if you're not able to purchase, or if you haven't been verified yet, still thank Allah. At the end of the day, thank Allah that He's giving you the opportunity to get to this stage of trying to go Hajj, because in that is reward anyway. In that is reward, even if you're facing difficulty and you're not being verified, you've been trying to get verified for a month, or you've been verified and you're not able to purchase tomorrow, you're going through all this stress, you're attending these webinars, and you're trying to, you put your money into Nusuk and so on and so on, right? Thank Allah that He's giving you opportunities, giving you guidance. He's allowed you to want to go Hajj, and inshallah with that as reward. Be calm. More opportunities are coming. Like Shafiq mentioned, we've been told that there is likely to be a phase two, and that's likely to take place in 5 days. I know we mentioned Thursday the 6th. It's actually, they said 5 days, and it says Thursday 6 here as well. Thursday is actually the 5th, but that could change. So last year they initially announced it that it's going to be in 10 days, and then it ended up taking 2 weeks for it to kick in. This year they're saying no, it's going to be in after 5 days. So it might be on Thursday, it might be Friday, it might be Saturday. Normally the companies are pushing Nusuk to do it on weekends to make it easier for people who are working and so on and so on. It might change to Saturday. We'll keep you updated. But the key thing is, remember, last year 3,500 people booked in phase one, and another 3,000 odd people booked in phase two. So almost the same number of people that will book tomorrow will book again, inshallah, in phase two, basically. So don't panic, don't over worry about it. Inshallah, if it doesn't happen tomorrow, inshallah it'll happen. And tomorrow, someone wrote that, a little bit stressed. Expect stress. By the way, the Nusuk system and that waiting and trying to log in. Even now, I'm getting stressed out by not being able to log into Nusuk now to show you guys how to get the code. So imagine tomorrow, like when everyone's trying to log in, and I'm not getting the OTP, and I'm trying, and some people are managing to get it, and some people are saying this and that. So just be calm, be patient, don't worry. Ask Allah for reward, and help and reward. Oh Allah, help me and reward me. Oh Allah, help me and reward me. Continuous asking
It's
before,
it's not
during,
it's
and
not
after.
bad news if you don't get
Yeah,
through. It's good
yeah,
news because of course there's an anxiety and you want to get it secured ASAP. So inshallah you do get your package in your in phase one. But if you don't,
yeah,
just for the fact that it's an ibadah trying to secure your package, Allah has
exactly.
granted you opportunity to earn more good deeds than just trying to secure it in
Absolutely,
phase two.
absolutely, yeah,
Inshallah.
absolutely true. Yeah,
So you look at the
and
things positively, you thank Allah for the opportunity.
exactly, absolutely right. Yeah, and
Yeah,
also the
and
good news is,
we
alhamdulillah,
believe always a winner.
yeah, when we met with Rawaf, a couple of days ago, they said that there's potentially also a phase three. There's also potentially going to be a phase three. They never had one last year. Or yeah, technically they had one last year, but it wasn't open. All three places were not open to people in the UK. But 2 years ago they were, and this year they reckon that it will be open to everyone in the UK as well. Inshallah, inshallah. So alhamdulillah, that's good opportunity. And by the way, in phase three 2 years ago, there was more packages left on Nusuk than number of Hujjaj who still had money in their wallet to purchase. So just keep that in mind, that there was more packages left in Nusuk, the number of people that had money left in their e-wallet to purchase, basically. So at the end, there was packages left in Nusuk that weren't sold out. So keep that in mind. Be ready to, that if it doesn't happen in phase one, no problem. I'll wait for phase two. Even if it doesn't happen in phase two, inshallah there'll be a phase three. But we'll keep you updated. We'll give you information as soon as we get it. We'll forward it on to you. We'll verify it, and then we'll forward it on to you. Don't remove your money from the e-wallet until we say to you, unless you don't, like, you decided I'm not going to go Hajj this year, which is fine. Then obviously you're free to remove your wallet. But if you're still looking to go Hajj, please don't remove your money from the wallet. Not last year, the year before, people removed it, and then Nusuk didn't allow you to top it up again afterwards, basically. So once you ask for a refund, they don't allow you to top up your wallet again. So that's very, very important. That means that for this year, your Hajj opportunity is probably gone. So that, if you look at, even if you get frustrated, stop yourself from saying, "No, I'll give up on this," and then next day you're regretting doing that, and then phase two opens up or phase three opens up, and people are able to purchase much easier, inshallah. So just keep that in mind. Some tips. If you are able to purchase, again, thank Allah again, and give some sadaqah, and thank Allah Azza wa Jal. He has got you there. Remember that it wasn't from what you did or what we did or what Rawaf did or anyone did. At the end of the day, that call is from Allah. He gave you the ability to be able to afford it, to the hidayah to want it, the ability to afford it, the ability to do whatever you did, and to get you ready. Message our team is very important. As soon as you've managed to purchase, either WhatsApp us or email us and just let us know that I've managed to purchase, this is the package that I've managed to purchase, and I want to be with you guys guided through your guides through the program, so that we can add you to the what we call the Beyond Hajj group, which will be for those people who are confirmed. Once you've got confirmed booking and you want to be guided through us, we'll add you to that. So then the program starts. As an example of some of the sessions that we had last year as part of the program, just to give you an understanding that different sessions that will come, and how we run through things and make sure that you're ready and prepared for Hajj. And once you do book, in a day or two, probably Rawaf will send you what they call a survey. Once they get all the information from Nusuk, because Nusuk will forward that information to them, that these are the Hujjaj who have managed to book with Rawaf this year. And it might happen after phase two or phase three, but it might happen before. So just giving you advance notice. Then once they do one of the things they will ask you is, what's the guide that guided you to, or something similar to that. We'll send it in the WhatsApp group once we know the exact question, to want to do the purchase. And at that stage, we ask that you use this code, the RG-5737, and that will again make sure that from Rawaf's side they link you to us. So what happened last year is that people contacted us and said that we want to be with you, and then once the details were sent out by Rawaf, they accidentally entered the wrong code. And if you accidentally enter the wrong code, they will link you to the group that you've entered, and then they're quite fussy about changing it afterwards, basically, like, okay, it's done now. Obviously they've got a million things to do, so they don't want to doing that. So we do ask you to just double check. If you're unsure about anything, just get in touch with us. But the first thing to do, as soon as you get the good news that you've managed to purchase, just let us know, inshallah. Let us know so that we can celebrate with you first and foremost, and also make sure that you're linked to us, inshallah ta'ala, throughout the process. Just some people asked about how many people manage to book normally and get their purchases done. Last year we were looking through some of the data a couple of weeks ago, just to see, and I think it was about 80 or 90% of the people managed to book over the two phases. Last year there was two phases, over technically, it was called three phases, but it was actually two phases, that wanted to go with us managed to book, alhamdulillah. So, there's good hope. In this year, Rawaf's quota is actually more than last year. So just keep that in mind, that, look, 80 or 90% of the people who are wanting to go with us, inshallah, will be able to book, and will be able to go on the journey, inshallah, and hopefully we'll have a transformational, life-changing journey, inshallah ta'ala. Yeah.
Inshallah. A couple of things I would say here. Before we go
Yeah.
further, a couple of questions, if I may. So, and people have been putting their questions there, so I think it's quite pertinent that we answer them
Yeah.
before we move forward. How do you create link to your packages? We will share the links to the packages in the WhatsApp group. You will have each package as a link. We will share that in the WhatsApp group, inshallah. How long do you think the process may take from being able to log in to check out? How long does that process take, would you say?
Yeah, good. So as you've seen, like when the site's busy, you click a button and it takes 5 minutes for you to get to the next, page. Some people did it, believe me, within like 5 minutes they've done a purchase, basically. And some people, each page is taking 5 minutes, so it takes 20 minutes basically. And in that time they've like shown the logout screen, they've gone back, and then suddenly it's fine, like, so it just varies from depending on what time you manage to get in, how many people are trying to do it at the same time, how the system's holding up. So many different factors. There's no clear cut answer to that. You just got to go with it, be patient. If you're stuck at a certain stage, like, you've pressed the button, you've been waiting 5 minutes and nothing's happening, just message us, contact us. Like, we're there to give you information. look, we don't have a definite right or wrong answer to any of this, basically. We've had experience that we've had last year, the year before, and we've got information that we're sharing with Rawaf, with other groups that are working with Rawaf, with other groups outside of Rawaf, just to understand what's going on. Like, what's happened to other people so that we can share that with you. So you don't have to do that across the board, basically. So it just means that you focus here. We will be your eyes and ears and listening out and getting information and trying to share that with you, basically. So that's our job. That's what we're here to do, to help serve you and to make sure that you're able to do what you need to do in the right way, inshallah ta'ala.
And if I could add to that, I mean, last year we had, I remember helping, we had the live session. In the live session, we will share the link. It's going to be a Zoom link that we will share tomorrow with you before we start the session. We will share that link with you. But I remember there was a brother last year who had, computer science degree. He had so many different devices connected, and he was struggling to get through. And then there was, on the other hand, there was an uncle, not very tech savvy, and within less than a minute, he checked out.
Yeah, that's right. Yeah, and
So,
by the way, this is for me. This is again a sign that Hajj is a call from Allah Azza wa Jal. And Allah calls you. Believe me, I've known cases of people that were not planning to go Hajj, and last minute they said, "Oh, let me just try Nusuk." They managed to create an account. They managed to get verified. They managed to go in, log in, and purchase basically. And they weren't even planning to go Hajj. Like they weren't like, a month ago they weren't even planning to go Hajj. And there's other people that have been from last year. They decided I'm going Hajj next year, and they've tried, and the call hasn't come. And it's not like, at the end of the day, for both there's reward. And when Allah calls you and the time comes, be happy. That's it. Be happy with whatever Allah's decreed for us, and expect the reward, and everything will be fine. I've just managed to log into Nusuk, so just let me just quickly do the demo. And alhamdulillah, literally while you were speaking, Shafiq, I put my username, password, and the OTP came straight away.
straight.
So it looks like whatever they've done,
Someone
they've
did put a comment that they while you were struggling, they were using Chrome and Gmail,
yeah,
and they received their code pretty straightforward, pretty
yeah,
easy. So it just
yeah, it
shows that.
happens. Yeah, that's right. Yeah, it happens. So let me just quickly remove this from configuration just to make it easier, and I'll quickly just show you guys what we mean by getting the code. Okay, so you'll go here, like we mentioned before. Well, I'll just do the 162. Make it easier. View details.
So we should be familiar by now. This first page, the one when you hit the 162, is just a summary. The
Yep,
next page is the camp,
yep.
and
And
then
we're hoping that everyone's practiced this and they know. So tomorrow it's just that, like we're doing now, just running through the pages and without much issue, inshallah.
next page after that, the rooms, quad or double.
Yep. And the number of beds that you have. So that's linked to your Nusuk account. Wheelchair, so again, Udia, we are saying to people, don't do it now. That basically you want to get through with a minimal process. So forget the wheelchair, forget it here for now. Just keep moving. Like, you want to get through as fast as possible, so that the less you're messing around, the less you're doing stuff, the less chance of you getting logged out, or seeing this circle go round and round again and again. Saying that,
So
circles come back.
you're trying to get to the till before someone else does, basically.
Exactly.
You don't want to be clicking buttons.
Yeah.
Because the Udhiya we will organize for you. We've got teams on the ground there with many years experience, and we get definite confirmation that it's happened, as opposed to Nusuk can be a little bit patchy
Yeah.
as to if it's been done or not. And
Yeah.
then
So I'll put my route flight here. Yeah. And then go to the last page. So this is the transport, package transport.
so we're not choosing a private car, we're just going for the
Yeah.
package
I
transport.
don't think you can pick the private car anyway. So most packages. Let's select
Okay.
Bismillah. So now we come to the summary page. So when you come to the summary page, what we say to people is that done? Let me see.
It's still loading over the top.
Oh, still
Yeah.
brewing.
While it's loading, just
Yeah,
another question that we had was,
yeah.
do Nusuk stand by on its advertised timing, or they may open the sale a bit early? Question mark.
No, no. Last year was on this on the time. So what they did last year was that today, earlier today they changed the time by a couple of hours, but they've already done that this year a couple of days ago. So alhamdulillah, we've had that change from 12 o'clock to 3 o'clock Makkah time, which is 12 o'clock UK time. So that's fine. So we're not expecting any changes, and they did start on time. So it was literally 12. I think last year was about 4 o'clock in the afternoon, if I'm not mistaken, maybe 2 or 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And they started, and yeah, it started exactly on time, I would say. Yeah. Alhamdulillah, I mean, the year before in 2024, it was in Ramadan at 8 o'clock. So a lot of people praying Taraweeh, and it was like, and I think it was quite sudden the way they announced it. So it's getting better every year. Like they're trying to look at, what's the optimal time, because don't forget, we're in the UK, so we're 3 hours away from Mecca, but someone living in Australia is probably 8 or 9 hours, if not longer, away, from a Mecca time, and someone living in America is behind. So some are forward, some are behind. So because we're quite close, we don't, our timing is not too bad. But for people who are living in America, Australia, their timing is quite crazy, basically. So this is the summary page. So once you get to the summary page, what we ask you to do before you click Save Configuration, just go here and copy the bar basically, yeah, and put that into a notepad or something like this. So what I normally do is just put it here, and you'll see here checkout written. So this is not your configured package. So this is your configured package basically, yeah. So have that ready so that you can copy that tomorrow. And so what you'll do simply is you'll come here and you will open. So as soon as you log in, as soon as you get to your dashboard, let me just save this so it's done. So as
So
soon as,
basically, you don't have anything else open, just log in.
yeah,
Once you've logged in, then you can open the different packages, should you wish, that are
exactly. Yeah.
configured.
So as soon as you've logged in,
But
you'll
you
come
open
here,
first.
you'll paste the link, the checkout link. You'll click on this like that, and automatically, inshallah.
An example that it works.
Yeah, yeah, it'll come up here. I think I picked the wrong link. I think I did the link from my document, which is the old link. So it might not work. But while that's loading, and then also what you'll do is you'll come here, and let's say the Rawaf 403 is one of my preferred packages. I think Nusuk's just slow. I think at the moment it's 403. Yeah, I
For
think
those wondering, we are going to go for a summary of the packages as well in a second. We
yes.
wanted to get through the Nusuk part first,
Yeah.
the question there, but we'll have an overview of the packages or just to remind everybody as well, inshallah. While it's loading, can you explain how the waiting room will work again? And
Yeah, so
also,
one of two ways. One of two ways. We're not 100% sure, because again, it's something new. They did do it in phase 3 last year, but it's something that they're introducing new to phase 1 this year, and they just announced it. So I'm assuming they've just managed to load it up, or maybe they're loading it up now. That's why the system's quite crashy. But what you'll do, what the waiting room does is, you will either before you log in, you'll go to the website. So you'll go to hajj.nusuk, um, and before seeing this, you'll be put into a waiting room, for example. Yeah, and then once you your turn comes. So it basically the order in which you join the queue, you'll be added onto this, and then once you then you'll be able to go to log in and do the login steps. That's one potential way. Number two is you do this stage where you log in, and then it puts you into a waiting room to actually join the website, to join in the website. So one of the two ways, will be done tomorrow, inshallah. Yep.
And perhaps I think a good advice as well, make sure that you're looking at an accurate clock, that your clock
Yes.
is not 5 minutes slow or 2 minutes ahead, that is bang on the time that you're logging in. So bang on
Exactly.
timing, inshallah.
Yeah. So it's logged me out again. So, but normally what you'd do is you'd come here, you'd just right click on this, copy link. So you got a direct link to the package. We'll send the links to, our packages again today, inshallah. So you got a direct link to the package, and then, again, in your tab, you've got that package. Once you've logged in, you've got the package open, and you're able to, get your packages from there, inshallah ta'ala. Like, you'll be able to access them once you're logged in, inshallah ta'ala. So it just saves you some time. It'll save you a minute or so. So it's just, it's something to consider or something to do. Should we quickly run through the packages, Shafiq?
Sure, sure. So where do you just a quick one before we get to the packages? It's just as I was saying that where do you paste the link? So you paste the link in your address bar at the top, inshallah.
Yeah,
So you paste the link of that.
exactly. Yeah. So what you'll do is you'll use the first bar. So here you'll use the first tab to log in. Once you've got to your dashboard, it's going to log me out. But once you got to your dashboard, you'll come to this tab. You'll open up your configured package. This one, your choice one. This one, your choice two, for example. So you've got three, packages open, and then you just go through the purchase process. It just makes, again, you'll save a minute or two, basically, just to help you in that process, inshallah. Yep.
Inshallah. Perfect. Okay. Jazakallah khair. We've got a couple more questions which we'll run through in a second.
Just so after, sorry, yeah, just so once on the day, obviously, we'll have our dropping session that will start about 11, and maybe just after 11 o'clock. So we'll give you any last minute updates that we've received or anything. So feel free to just drop into that whenever you're ready. There's no, a particular start time will be there from when the session starts. We'll announce it in the group tomorrow morning. And then we will we'll be on there. We'll just be, there's nothing particular that we'll speak about. Maybe some last minute. If there's any updates, we'll just give them. But we'll put them on a group anyway, so you'll get them. If you've got any questions, you can come onto the session and we'll answer any questions live as we're going along. And then during the actual sales hour, so some 12 o'clock, we'll also be there. So if you've got any questions, anything that's coming up, any concerns, you'll be able to just contact us on that or on the WhatsApp group. So you should all be, especially, on the new WhatsApp group that we opened this week. So, on that WhatsApp group, you can message, or on the Zoom, you'll be able to, message us, and we will try and answer things live, basically, at that time as we're going along. Inshallah ta'ala. Yeah. And in post sales, so once our country quote unquote sells out for the UK, we will announce a webinar for tomorrow. We will we'll speak about very similar things to what we spoke about today, in terms of, for those who were able to book, what they're supposed to do now, and for those who weren't able to book, what they're supposed to do now, just to give you some kind of reassurance as to what happens next, inshallah. It'll be a short one, maybe half an hour, maybe less. We'll just take some questions if anyone's got any questions at that stage. But it's just to give you that kind of khalas, like, I've booked, what do I do next? And I haven't managed to book today, what happens to me next? And please, again, just remember, most people book in, so 50% of people won't be able to, who go from the UK, won't be able to book tomorrow. They'll book in phase 2. And some people will also book in phase 3. So don't panic, don't overstress, don't think it's all over if it doesn't work out for you tomorrow for whatever reason. Shafiq, do you want to run through the packages?
Yep. So our packages, we've got 4 packages. The 4 packages that we have. With the first one we'll mention, the first 2 we'll mention are the non-shifting packages. The non-shifting packages are the luxury packages that we have as well. So first one is the 162 Tilal 5-star, where we go to Mecca first, and it's in the Tilal Al Jabr hotel, which is closer to Haram, inshallah. And then on the days of Hajj, you have the option to book Majal Al Kabsh if you wish to do so in this package. And then you come back to your hotel for one more day, and then we go to Medina. So it's a 13-day package, Saudi Airlines. and it's our non-shifting package, inshallah. Then the next one is same as we said, luxury, non-shifting, and we are in Mecca again. But this one, we're in the Marriott Hotel. The Marriott Hotel, same with 13-day package, same with Saudi Airlines. The only slight difference here is just that it's the Marriott Hotel. And so we get 3 days before the days of Hajj. And then we're in the Mina camps. Again, you have the option here to book Major Club should you wish to do so. And then you come back to your hotel for one more day before we go to Medina and then come home after, inshallah. So these are the two luxury non-shifting packages. Then we go to our 403. So these next two, this one and the next one, are the shifting packages where you have two hotels in Mecca. So this one, this particular package starts in Medina, and yeah, we're starting in Medina, and then we come to Mecca, closer to the Haram. And then we go to our second hotel, which is closer to the Mina side of Mecca, closer to that side of Mecca, which is still a four-star hotel as opposed to a building, as opposed to, a one-star. This is a four-star hotel, which you will have access to during the days of Hajj. You wish you're going to get to your luggage, you want to get access to something, or a quick shower, and come back. So you have that for 3 days before the days of Hajj. You have the days of Hajj, and then you have the hotel again, access to the hotel again for 3 days before returning home. This is a 19-day package, and it's via Emirates. It's with Emirates. We're flying from Emirates, with Emirates, inshallah, on this particular package. And then the newer package that we mentioned, shifting again. And this one is a 17-day package, or 2 days less than the other shifting package. And this is Saudi Airlines, this particular package. And we are in first, and then we are in the Tilal Hotel in Mecca, closer to the Haram, for one day, and then the 5 days of Hajj. And then we have again access to the Tilal Hotel again, and then we have the days of Azizia towards the end. Where a couple of things that we need to point out that people have been asking. Yes, if you're staying in the hotel, which is the Ibis Hotel in closer to the Mina sites, to those Hajj sites, you will have access to a free shuttle, which the Ministry of Hajj had provided last year. There are hundreds of coaches going back and forth between that particular area to the Haram itself, and they're free. Just jump on.
Just to clarify that with that, so Shafiq, so the days, so here, the days, so for example, here, the days before Hajj, so here, like for example, they will go to the Ibis Hotel on the Friday, probably after Jummah, they will leave for the Ibis Hotel, and then they're there Saturday, Sunday before leaving for Hajj on Monday, for example. So on Saturday, Sunday, last year the shuttle wasn't working on, and even the shuttle that the hotel has, the government or the local authorities actually stopped it because Makkah was just too busy. And they were, but you can take a taxi or you can take, other transport to the Haram, but the actual, the free coach service actually starts on the days of Hajj, basically. The government coach service starts on the day of Hajj. Some people have said that they're going to actually start a couple of days before and they'll finish it a couple of days after. Allah knows best. We don't know that at this stage. But normally these days, what we say to people is these are the days of preparation for Hajj. These days, not to go to the Haram. These are days to, we'll be speaking about Hajj. We'll be giving lectures. We'll be giving reminders. We'll be getting people, really ready for Hajj and also rest. Why? Because Hajj is very stressful to the body, very stressful to the mind. So it's a good time just to rest, relax, get to know people around you, ask any questions that you've got. We'll pray together. We'll, prepare for Hajj together, basically. So that's why we didn't find it as a big deal, and we don't see it as a huge thing. But if you do want to go Haram, then you've also got the option of, jump in a taxi, and that will get you to the Haram and back, inshallah. Yep.
Inshallah. So those two are our shifting packages.
Yeah.
So you have two hotels in Mecca, and these two packages have the Muaisim camp as standard on them. You won't be able to upgrade on the Mazar Qabj, but they have the Muaisim camp on them, inshallah. And then there are other package options that you can access. There are 16 other packages. There are 16 packages in total available for Rawaf, various prices, various dates to arranges. I know some people want to do some different days because of work and so on and so forth. Yes, you can book them if you provide our code RG5737, which we've been repeating because it's quite important. Basically, once you book, as Yunus mentioned earlier, once you manage to book, Rawaf will contact you, and that's when you mention the RG5737 to be able to be connected with us for the Hajj, inshallah. And all packages are supported by guides. All packages are supported by guides and the Saudi team. But if you want to have Sheikh Farid, you want to have Yunus, you have our team, then you want to go for the 5737, inshallah.
Exactly, yeah. And any package that you manage to book on tomorrow from Rawaf, then just let us know that okay, like this, alhamdulillah, I managed to book. There's three of us, and this is the package that we managed to book on, so that we can then provide the correct support, inshallah, thereafter. Yeah. So final words. So trust in Allah. At the end of the day, like we mentioned, this is all of this stuff, is just preparations from us, and at the end of the day, it's Him, Allah Azza wa Jal, who will decide and who will choose, and He was the one who controls all things. Make dua, correct your intentions. Very, very important. Constantly just take a few minutes out. Oh Allah, why am I doing this? Ask yourself, why am I doing this? And oh Allah, make it easy for me. Oh Allah, make it easy for us. Oh Allah, we want to come to your house. Correct your intentions. Brothers and sisters, such an important factor. You don't want to go through all of this stress and all of this time with not taking reward from it. So please, please, please take that time. Give sadaqah, as we know that sadaqah helps in achieving things. It's not sadaqah. Giving sadaqah is a time when dua is accepted. So give some sadaqah. Help the poor. At the end of the day, Allah helps those who help their brother. So make sure that you are able to give your spending for yourself. So spend like for your Hajj. So give help our poor brothers and sisters as well, so that they're able to benefit from our wealth. Make dua for others. Right, so again, you make dua for others. Allah, the angels say Ameen, and make dua for you. So ask Allah that He grants all those wishing to go Hajj, the ability to go Hajj, and He accepts their Hajj, so that Allah grants you the same. And take your steps. Take the steps that you need to take. And we've spoken about loads of them in this webinar and previous webinars. Take your steps. Be calm. Don't worry. At the end of the day, it's in Allah's hand. Tomorrow is not the final thing. We've got other opportunities as well. So be patient. Don't be, overstressed about it. And inshallah, Allah Azza wa Jalla will make it easy for us to complete the Hajj. And He'll facilitate the Hajj for us all, inshallah ta'ala. And
I mean,
inshallah, yeah.
I mean, and just a couple of things. We will take some questions. We will take towards the end. We might take a few questions just live, so people can talk on the mic as well as opposed to typing. Maybe you want to speak and ask a question, which we will do in a second. But also, add to the point that I was just mentioning, I think being a slave thinks of me. So if you think well of Allah, you think Allah's Almighty. He's the one that split the sea. He's the one that made things happen. Allah is limitless in His bounty, limitless in His power, and all we're asking is for Allah, make it easy to go through Nusuk and get me to Hajj, and He has the power over everything. So it's what we think of Allah, and we're trying to please Allah. We're doing it for the pleasure of Allah in Himself, not just a tick box, but for the pleasure of Allah to trying to get there.
Yeah.
Inshallah. And then it sets your heart in the right place. Then it makes you accepting. Okay, even if I don't get phase one, I was trying to please Allah in trying to do that. But inshallah, I want phase one. I don't want phase two. Allah, give me phase one in the sense as well. Inshallah. But yes, we have our continued support, so you can contact us with the WhatsApp groups, for telephone, and we will help you. We know in this period it is going to get very busy. We expect more. Even today, we had phone calls, we had messages coming through, and that's what we expect. We expect this time for people to have last minute questions. So do use us. That's what we're there for, inshallah. We have one hand up. People can put your hands up. Whoever has hand up, I will just do it in terms of whoever came first. Yeah, and we'll and people talking. We'll also read out some Q&A just to go through the questions as well. Should we take the hand up first, Yunus?
Yeah, Bismillah, go for it as you wish, bro.
Oh, I think my connection's a little bit unstable.
Uh,
Yeah, just shall we take the question or the hand up first, or
yeah, yeah, Bismillah, go for it. Yeah, whichever.
yeah, Diwan. So you can unmute yourself.
Yeah. Can you hear me?
Yes.
Okay, my quick question is, so instead of creating the links, can you still go through the configured package? So when you're on the dashboard, you press your basket, it brings up your preferred package, and then I'm assuming those icons will change. At the moment, it shows configure package or remove configured package. So they will change to say purchase, I'm assuming.
Exactly. Yeah. So I showed it on the slide. So
Yeah.
what will happen is it will change to configured package from configured package to purchase, and you click on that purchase
Click on
button,
that.
and you can go through the process from that. And the reason why we're saying have the links ready is
Yeah.
if for some reason you're on one tab and it's like frozen or you're not moving, then at least you can just open on the other tab, press the enter, and go from that go from that route as well, basically. And also if, for example, package A is sold out. You've
Mm.
got the links directly to get to package B and C, rather than having to go to the home page and then go right back into through the whole circle, basically.
So on that one, so I'm a bit of a not IT very literate. So
Yeah.
on the dashboard again. So
Yeah.
under your name, where
Yep.
your name appears on the top on the right hand side, you
Yep.
click on that. It's got my packages in there. So
Yep.
my preferred packages are saved in there, all three
Exactly.
of them.
Yeah. Yeah.
So I could just go in,
Yep.
basically view, and then it
Yep.
opens up. So I've kind of done the
Yep.
1, 2, 3 basically.
Exactly. Yeah. Or you could filter by preferred packages, and it
Yeah.
will be there as well. So yeah, multiple ways of doing it. These are just some ticks and trips that Rawaf has spoken to us about, and that we're just forwarding the information on, basically.
Okay.
Yep.
Excellent. Thank you.
So a question from the Q&A. If I purchase a package and I am medically unwell when it's time to go Hajj, what will happen?
Yeah, so the Nusuk have a cancellation policy. You'll see it when you're configuring your package. A number of stages. You'll be able to see it. So just make sure you read through that. There's a date. I think it's 14th of April. After that, there's no refund. There's no refunds at all. So prior to that, there's certain levels of refund depending on how many days it's been since you've purchased. So just make sure you read that carefully. You understand that. And you're clear about that, and that's the process. Remember, in terms of the finances of Hajj since post-COVID, since the Nusuk system started, agents in the UK or those who are working with these companies have nothing. Even Rawaf don't control any of the money. You pay the money to Nusuk. Nusuk will pay Rawaf, like for the packages and stuff like that that have been purchased. Basically, they've got no control on packages or refunds, or it's all done centrally via the Nusuk system, basically. And we don't have any kind of access. Rawaf don't have any access to your e-wallet or any of that process.
Inshallah. There was a question about
Shafiq, you're breaking up. So if
so
you want,
the modular
you
all and there be guides or only al.
you broke up, Shafiq, but
Oh,
I think I understood the
am I back
question to
again?
be. You are back again. I think I understood the question to be about will there be guides in Major Kapsh as well, or only in Muaisim? There will be guides in both. There will be guides in both. And there's another question, but normally because the majority of people are in Muaisim, you get more of the team will be in Muaisim, and you'll get depending on the number of people that book on the Major Kapsh, there'll be a relative number of guides basically based on that. The Mashayikh will visit. They'll visit Major Kapsh and they'll come to give lectures and stuff like this, basically, in Major Kapsh. Someone's asking about Major Kapsh. I'll do the questions if it's easier if your internet's a bit
Yeah,
dodged.
it
So
should be stable now. I think
okay,
the other part of the question is that all travel
now you're breaking up.
media than coaches.
I can't hear. I'll
Yeah,
just
I got
take one of the
connection
questions
issues.
from the Q&A box. With Major Kabsh, all travel via the metro. So within Major Kabsh, so from Major Kabsh to which is Mina to Arafah, Arafah to Muzdalifah, Muzdalifah back to Mina is using the metro. We've spoken about previously. There's some advantages of the metro and there's some advantages of having coaches. One of the main advantage of metro is once you're on there, you travel, like you'll get to your destination again in 15-20 minutes. And also, look, the biggest advantage of Major Cups are two things. One, the metro is not the biggest advantage, I believe. The biggest advantage is you're close to the Jamarat. Your proximity to the Jamarat is very close compared to the Mu'asim camps. Basically, that's the biggest kind of advantage. And also, the standard of everything is slightly higher. I don't think the standard issue is a huge issue now. Yeah, I think it is higher, but I don't think it's something that during Hajj you're going to be that affected by. But the proximity is the main factor that I would consider in going to Majra Kabsh, over Muisim. The rest of the things is, yeah, it's a good to have. It's not like a huge deal, but the proximity is a huge deal. Like, so you're talking about 60 to 70 minutes of walking each way to 15 to 20 minutes of walking each way. And that for some people is a game changer. It's a huge deal, for them basically. So that's the thing to consider when you're looking at whether it's Mawjir or Kabsh or Mu'asim. Yeah.
There's a couple of questions that we have about choosing another Rawaf package and how that works out with us.
Yeah. So if you if you find a Rawaf package that you want to go on, and the ones that the four that we've shown are not the ideal for your travel and what you want to do, like we mentioned, you can pick that package, and then once Rawaf will send you post booking, let us know that you've managed to book this package. Post booking, when Rawaf will send you the survey, on the guide code you'll put RG-5737, and that will link you to us. Now, what does that mean in terms of the guidance you receive? So before Hajj, when we're in the UK, you'll receive all the same guidance as everyone else. When it comes to during the Hajj, when you're in the hotels in Makkah, Medina, if the packages that we are supporting, the four packages, are on the same itinerary or similar itinerary, and we have crossover, then you can join us. There's no issues with that. If not, we'll facilitate for you to join online and to access the packages, the guidance online, basically, at least, inshallah. And then during the Hajj days, which is Arafah, Mina, and Muzdalifah, we will ask Rawaf to join you to our tents, basically, so that you can be with us during the Hajj days and have the lectures, the reminders, the salawat, etc., together with us, inshallah. So and post Hajj, obviously, we'll include you in all the activities that we do post Hajj as well, inshallah. So that's the details in regards to that. Yeah. So whichever package you pick, as long as it's within Rawaf, we can facilitate most of that, if not all of that, inshallah. If you pick one of the four packages, then inshallah, we'll be guiding you throughout at each stage, and we'll be supporting the hotels as well, inshallah. Yep.
Any update on the udhiyah, the sacrifice procedure?
The sacrifice, I would say at this stage, don't even worry about it. Don't think about it. As soon as you've booked, like the next phase, we'll start speaking about the udhiyah and other elements of Hajj. Like we need wheelchairs, okay, we need udhiyah, and so on and so on. We'll start speaking about that, and we'll give you advice about that. Because the reason why we're saying don't worry about it now is because number of options, number of things to think about. If you start thinking about them now, you're not focusing on getting that purchase done. So at this stage, just focus on the purchase. We'll speak about it, and then you've got a number of choices, and you've got plenty of time. That's done after Arafah, so you've got plenty of time to think about it, to make your choice, and then we'll help you get that arranged, inshallah. Nothing to worry about at all. Yep.
AB has asked a very interesting question.
Yeah.
Interesting strategy. If I don't get my first choice this time round in phase one, instead of booking my second choice, can I wait to the next round of sales day to get my first choice?
So if you don't get your first choice because the package is sold out, it's very unlikely that they'll make it available and more capacity available on that package. So just have that in mind. So imagine, for example, you pick let's say the Rawaf 162, and that's sold out. In phase one, they're not going to make more Rawaf 162s available. So from that angle, no, it doesn't work. Yeah. Go straight to brothers and sisters. If you manage to log in, make a purchase. Don't risk it. Don't wait. Don't. It's Hajj. It's Hajj. Don't wait, you know, don't think, oh, I'll prefer this hotel over that one. If you manage to log in, get the purchase done. You know, at the end of the day, it's Hajj. It's a life changer in this life, and it's a life changer for the hereafter. You know, coming back with, you know, your sins forgiven, like the day you were born, is not a joke. It's not a, you know, simple thing. You know, it's an opportunity that Allah is putting in front of you. Don't risk it in any way. Don't, you know, lose it. And if you've got an opportunity to do it, take it with both hands and legs, and you know, take it basically. Don't give it up in any way. If you manage to log in, imagine how many people are trying to log in and not going to be able to log in. If you manage to log in, don't think about, you know, okay, I won't do it today. I'll buy it next time. No, just go for it and buy it, inshallah.
Inshallah. And I think there's a final question. If someone wants to ask a question live, they can put their hand up and we'll unmute them. They can ask a question. I mean, we'll give it another maybe 5 minutes as well. But OTP, someone asked a question about OTP. What's the strategy with OTP? So you're trying to log in and it's taking time. What do? Do you sit there and keep waiting?
Wait. Because a number of things happen. Look, if you keep requesting an OTP, it's potential, because OTP is run by a third party company. Yeah. So, you know, Cloudflare or one of these guys are probably running the OTP system for, you know, Nusuk. What will happen is, as soon as they see from the same, you know, IP address, we're getting multiple requests, they might start blocking you. Also, you're blocking up the OTP system for everyone else as well. So just be patient, request it once. Again, if we're hearing something different on the day, we will notify you. We will notify you that, no, wait 5 minutes and request again if it hasn't come through. Last year, one of the biggest problems with the OTP was you were requesting one. By the time it was coming, it was expiring, because they set the expiry time to 5 minutes or something like this, basically. This year, we've been told, and Allah knows best, that they're going to extend that expiry time to 15 or 20 minutes. So with that being the case, you shouldn't have a problem. Once it comes, you'll be able to use it to log in. Well, what was happening last year is, by the time it comes, you type it in and it says this OTP is expired. So now you request your next one, you know, and it's a constant loop. So but as soon as that 4 minutes or 5 minutes happens, you're requesting another one. So I would say the best thing to do is just, you know, wait. You know, there's that little timer at the bottom which says you can re-request it. Once you get to that stage, we will notify you tomorrow what to do. Like, you know, okay, yeah, like, re-request it or don't re-request it based on information we're hearing and, you know, feedback we're getting. Basically, we'll work on that, inshallah. But for now, the request is just wait. Once you've requested it once, wait for it to come, and inshallah it will, you know, be fine. Yep.
Inshallah. And we have a question from Diwan, same person, I think it is, right? So
yeah. So on the OTP again. So obviously it's on a timer automatically, isn't it? So if you don't, if the OTP doesn't appear within that time, you would request it, won't you?
That's right. So like I said, they've said to us that, you know, they're extending the, you know, like this, they've got a preset time that, okay, if you don't enter within 15 minutes or 5 minutes or whatever it is, so the norm is 5 minutes and then it expires, but they're saying they were going to extend it to 15 minutes, you know, for tomorrow. Again, from a technical perspective, I don't know if they're able to do that, then speak to Cloudflare and do that or whatever, but if they're able to do that, then that's perfect, because hopefully that'll work. But if they're not able to do that, then, you know, we'll advise tomorrow what's the best kind of means to do. See, the problem was last year is that one expires and then you request the next one, and by the time then the first one arrives and you're trying to use that, but that's already expired, and then by the time the second one arrives, now that's expired. So it was a constant loop of expire, you know, like the OTPs were expired, especially in phase one. Phase two, I think it got much better, and you know, the OTP wasn't so much of an issue in phase two. But in phase one, the OTP was everyone hated them 3 letters. They were like, oh, take away OTP. You know, I think before that they had hardly heard of it, and you know, after that they were, you know, everyone had a kind of hatred for OTP, the words OTP. But by phase two, I think they managed to tweak some stuff to get it much better, and alhamdulillah. So we're hoping that should be the case for tomorrow, inshallah.
Inshallah. And a couple of questions here, very similar. So what time should people be logging in?
Yeah, so
Nusuk.
like we mentioned, log in tomorrow morning after Fajr, have a look around, make sure that you're happy with, everything the way it's been done and everything is, set the way that we need to, that everything looks okay. And then log in about half an hour before just to, again, make sure that everything's okay, about 11:30, maybe between 11 and 11:30, just log in again. You can try to stay logged in after that, maybe at 10 to log in again, and just obviously keep active on it so that it doesn't log in. But what we've seen in the last 2-3 years, you will get logged out just before 12 o'clock, and then at 12 o'clock the system will kind of reset, and you'll try to log back in, and you'll see, you'll start the roller coaster ride, inshallah.
Inshallah. Inshallah.
Yep.
Jazakallah khairan. Unless there are any last second questions, alhamdulillah, it's been quite like a revision session before an exam, final revision. Unless there's anything else, we will make the recording available so that you can replay it. If you wanted to go back on anything, there are still obviously the replays from the previous webinars that we've done. If you want to double check something or live demos or Nusuk itself. But otherwise, Jazakallah khairan, everybody. Don't forget, put your trust in Allah, ask your dua, and then put your trust in Allah. And the tips like we said, give some sadaqah. And inshallah, we will see you tomorrow morning for drop-in for whoever wants to join us about an hour or so before the sales day. And if there are any updates, any changes, keep an eye out on the announcement group, the WhatsApp announcement group, and that's verified information that we send to you. Then it's correct information. And yes, we will send a link to the packages via the WhatsApp group as well. Inshallah, we'll share that in the WhatsApp group. Jazakallah khairan, everybody. We shall see you tomorrow, inshallah ta'ala. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.